Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
Welcome back. And today, here's what we're talking about. Why are you going the wrong way? Inspired by Proverbs chapter 4. We're going to look at just one of these questions, why are you going the wrong way? What would happen? What would happen if you weren't going the way that you were supposed to be going? Where would you get to? And then we'll also look at the connection between going the wrong way and being what we call a goody two shoes. You ever heard of that when you was in elementary school, goody two shoes? So let's jump right into this. The other night on New Year's night, so we were headed home from one of our friends' house, and it was early in the morning. I don't even like being out this late. I mean, it's after 2:00 in the morning on New Year's morning, and we didn't get home at 3:00. So it's after 2. It's probably somewhere around 2:30, and we're on 495 Beltway of the DMV area, and so we're driving and I looked on one side, and that's because I saw the police and I saw the ambulance. I looked over there, and I was like, whoa, could see that somebody was going the wrong way. Something happened, and it didn't look good. Because it was on the other side of the road, and we're driving 55, 60, I couldn't, I'm looking, and it's nighttime. You can't really see. So I'm driving, and, people are driving. Some people driving faster than others. I mean, I'm driving my speed, and we were driving, and then all of a sudden, because I'm getting close to my exit, maybe about a mile or 2 miles away from my exit. And we were driving, and then I could see that because there was a car in front of me. And so what happened was the car in front of me kind of went to the right. And then I saw a police car, and I see the lights, and this person went to the right. And as I'm coming up on, I'm like, oh, shoot. It was, And it almost looked like maybe some people who were somehow maybe didn't pay attention. They might have been in the accident while we were driving past. But it was bad. And one of the cars was turned as if they were going the wrong way. Like how was that car turned that direction? It was bad. And I'm like, oh my goodness, the cars over one car's in the embankment, just off the road. I'm like, what happened here? Now, were they going the wrong way? It would seem if they were on that side of the road that they were going the right way. But when I looked at the one car, it looked at, did they somehow go the wrong way and cause this accident? In the Bible, as I kind of compare scripture to scripture, and I was looking through Proverbs today. You got Proverbs chapter 4, and it's filled like one of the verses that I love, 23, guard your heart, because out of it comes the issues of life. And normally I would talk on that one. I didn't. We're not going to talk on that today. But we're talking about today is going the right way, and how when you go the right way, something happens. Now, if we let's look at Proverbs chapter 4, and starting at verse 14. Do not go where evil people go. That's the first thing. This is good news version. Do not go where evil people go. The NIV right here says, do not set foot on the path of the wicked. Don't even set foot. Man, we're going to get to something in a second. And then it also says, do not follow the example of the wicked. Do not let it go. Do not follow the example or walk in the way of evildoers. What is an evildoer? Who is okay, let's think about this. Who is an evildoer? What is that? What does that even mean? I looked up the word evil, and it just says profoundly immoral or wicked. I said, okay, that's not enough. What is immoral? Then it says, for immoral, not conforming to accepted standards of morality. Now, this one is important. Morality. So an evil person is someone who is immoral, which means that they don't conform to accepted standards. Now, here's the problem. I'll get to the problem. This is the problem that we're having today. The things that are immoral have become accepted. The things that are immoral have become accepted practices. Now, we're not going to get into all the practices, but I will tell you that there are practices. Oh, now here's the thing. Here's the thing. What does it say about immoral things in the Bible? It says that they are abominations. We're talking about man on man, woman on woman. That's an abomination to the Lord when you're doing these types of things. Now, here's the thing. Can someone be gay? Well, to be gay, you're probably going to have to act on it. And if you act on it, then you're probably immoral. And if you're immoral, then it's saying that you're evil. And if you're evil, that you're wicked. And so let's keep reading verse number 15. It says, avoid it, do not travel on it, turn from it, and go your way. Now, here's the thing. If you're going the wrong way, how will you know if you're going the wrong way? Those cars in that beltway sure didn't know. Somebody went the wrong way. Somebody veered into a lane. Somebody wasn't paying attention. You will know it because there will be a crash. There will be something that happens that you will pray that you'll get out of. See, going the wrong way sometimes not just affects you. Now imagine it's like some years ago. I can't remember what year it was. Maybe 2004, 2005. Good friend of mine. Went to high school with her and college. Her name was LaTanya Brown. Tanya Brown, one of the coolest people, man. You know, we used to kick it, hang out, and there was a bad accident on Rock Creek Parkway in Washington D.C. Like Christmas Eve. It was around Christmas time of that year, and come to find out, it was LaTanya and her husband who had crashed on Rock Creek Parkway, lost their lives. See, the thing about traveling on the road, sometimes you fall asleep. See, you fall asleep because what happens is, think about it. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, if we were out and we were having a good time, I used to hear there's no good thing that happens typically after 12 a.m. Like back when I was, younger, and, we did interesting things after 12 o'clock. I said, man, if I'm calling at 12, after 12, you already know what time it is. Or if she's calling after 12 or my boys call me, it's after 12. There is no good going to happen in the early morning hours. It's dark. So that means darkness is upon the face of what's happening. And that means we're trying to hide something. Typically, things are being hidden in the dark. But why would somebody go the wrong way on purpose? Sometimes you don't. Like LaTanya and her husband weren't going the wrong way. Fell asleep. It was late. We had gone to the party, and it was a good Christmas party. And I don't know what the circumstances were. I don't know if there was alcohol or anything involved. It doesn't really matter. Just know that I think fell asleep. And that's a windy road. So was it going the wrong way? Yeah, technically, because when you fall asleep, you go the wrong way. You miss the curve and you go straight off the cliff. Maybe you crash into a tree. Maybe it's another car. See, going the wrong way has lasting effects on not just your life, but many lives. Now, with LaTanya and her husband, they left behind at least, I think, like 2 kids. Left behind. Fell asleep. They lost their life. 2, like mother and father gone. Their kids without their parents for the rest of their life. They were young kids, probably under 8. That was many years ago, almost 20 years, I believe. But why would somebody go the wrong way? Let's keep reading. And it says in verse 16, for they cannot rest until they do evil. Now, some people can't rest until they do evil. They are robbed of sleep till they make someone stumble. They eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Now, that's where it's getting deep. See, because when I went to Matthew chapter 7, um, verse number 13, it says this: enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be go in therein. King James is so crazy. Let's move out of the King James real quick, just so we can change it up. Go in through the narrow gate, because the gate to hell is wide and the road that leads to it is easy. Wow. And there are many who travel on it. But the gate to life is narrow, and the way that leads to it is hard, and there are few people who find it. See, what's interesting about going the wrong way in life is that everybody's going that way. Yesterday, when we talked about, oh my goodness, yesterday when we were having this discussion, and as we were having this discussion, I think I brought up the fact that like many people don't, because we're talking about the Lennar Homes company and how, many people don't bring the Bible into their success. They don't say, oh, I'm using the Bible to be successful. Most people don't do that. And so, but it says here, but the gate to life is narrow and the way that leads to it is hard. And there are few people who find it. What? Few? What does that mean? Does it mean I don't have a chance? Like, what does it mean? Does it mean that I'm going to be stuck? Does it mean that I'm stuck on the road where everybody else is going? Back when I, originally started my business, and but actually this is when I was doing network marketing, and we used to travel up and down the highway. And I remember one morning I was coming in very early because we had gone out of town, and it's like 5:00 in the morning. I'm getting home, and I'm driving down 210 Indian Highway. Is one of these roads where, man, when it's rush hour, oh, you don't want to be out there. And luckily, they've done a lot of work on that road to just help with some of the easing of the traffic. But I was coming home. No, it wasn't even 5:00. It might have been around 6 or 7, because it was like 7:00, because that's when they're really out. And I'm coming down the road on the opposite side, and nobody. I'm talking about, it is like 2-3 cars on my side. I'm looking over there like, yo, look at, wow. Are they going the wrong way for real? They're just going to work. It doesn't seem like the wrong way, but everybody's going that way. Like, is there a way that I could go like avoid the traffic? It says it here. It says the gate to life is narrow and the way that leads to it is hard. You telling me it's hard to be on the opposite side of the road? How is that so hard? I didn't feel it was hard. Well, it was hard. Here's how it was hard. I got fired. I didn't willfully I did willfully, but I had a job. And then when they fired me, laid off is just like a high level way of saying you got fired, guys. So I'm just going to tell you what it is. I got fired. They no longer needed me. And as I'm fired, I had a choice. But the gate to life is narrow and the way that leads to it is hard. Now, here's the thing. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you just because I didn't take another job and it's been 23 years since I've had a job. Almost 23. It'll be 23 in July. I'm not telling you that just by doing that, you go on the narrow path that leads to life. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is that I'm just kind of like looking at kind of like what I did, saying, man, but most people won't do that. Now, are there more people in business now? Yeah, absolutely. But back in 2001, nobody was. No one was. I remember for many years, they were like, Jay, are you serious? Like, you don't have a job? No. What? You mean you work for you have your own business? No, technically I work for myself. So I mean that's you could call it a business, but it wasn't much of a business. It's just that I basically made myself I was the only employee and I just had to work. So I worked doing a lot of the same things, except no one could control my time. It's hard. That's a narrow path. Why is it so hard? Because I don't get paid every 2 weeks. No one says, all right, Jay, I'm going to pay you $200,000 this year. All you got to do is show up, just show up. And, every 2 weeks, like clockwork, it's going to be in your account. No, that's not happening. You have to go out and find it, just like a job, right? You go to a job, except you just get one client that pays you one salary, where I got to go find many. Now you can go get clients that pay you those bigger contracts. People do it. Typically, you find many clients to help you to get to where you're going. Is that different? Kinda, but not. It's not that much different. It's the same effort. Think about it. It's the same effort. If you got to send out, think about it. You got to send 100 resumes to get a job. What if you just started trying to work your way into business by acting as if you just needed a job? But you're not trying to sell all your time to one customer or one client. What you're trying to do is, hey, let me give you just a fraction of time, give you a result. I'm going to give you a result, which it could take me an hour. It could take me 15 minutes. As long as I get the result for you, you're going to pay me when I ask for you, and you're going to pay that. And how many of those can I get? That's in essence all a business is. It's a fractional. It's like going out to get 100 customers instead of one, and then it frees you up. But the gate to life is narrow, and the way that leads to it is hard, and there are few people who find it. This parallel between Matthew right here, where Jesus is talking, and where Solomon is talking in Proverbs chapter 4 is similar. Proverbs chapter 4 and 14 and through 17 just basically says, don't go the wrong way. Don't go the way everybody else is going. Find a way where most people are not going, and actually research that first. You should research going the opposite direction. Because if I research going the opposite direction and I find out that there's more benefits on that road, would I decide to go the wrong way instead? Who would do that? Like what person would just say, yes, I'm going to go the wrong way. I'm going to keep on going. That's ludicrous. That's insanity. So today, all right. I don't know what road you're on, and I don't know where you're going. Here's what we just discovered today. We discovered that there's a wrong way and a right way. And what we also discovered is that the right way is very hard. It didn't say very, but I'm going to add that the right way is very hard. And what I've discovered about hard is this. It seems hard until it's easy. It seems hard until it's easy. Like when I go to the gym, like yesterday, I didn't go to the gym and it messed my day up. I said, man, I can't be missing like on January 1st, I didn't go to the gym. The reason why I could have gone later on in the day. I like to go in the mornings. Next time, I'm just going to go because it messed my day up. It's not because it's kind of like going to the gym gives me I know I'm successful even if I don't do anything else. Even if I don't do anything else. Well, I started doing my push-ups. I only got through 350 because usually I was starting the gym, I got like 100, and now I only did 100 at the gym today. But I did do 250 ab exercises, so I only have 250 left. I got 400 push-ups left. I wound up having to try and do the push-ups all at like 10 o'clock last night. I was tired as heck. I did 350, but I just said, well, you know what? That's what I get. I only did 350, and I was tired. And I went right to sleep after I got finished them 350. I was probably snoring. But here's the thing. Who would go the wrong way if they knew that all they had to do was turn around and go a different way, and all the benefits that they really want is on that road, except that it's hard? That's where people say, you know what, I can't do it. But not you, right? You're going to get on the hard road. You're going to say to yourself that this is worth it, because why would I go the wrong way? Why would I go the wrong way when I can have everything? So as we complete today, Proverbs chapter 4, there's so much gems inside of this book of Proverbs. Today, what did we discover? We discovered that most people are going the wrong way, and we don't want to go the wrong way. We want to go the way that leads to life, even though it's hard. So I will do what's best for me, even though it feels like pain, is what I used to say to my kids. So let's do that today. Do the things that are good. Do the things that are best for us, so that we don't find ourselves in a place where we have an accident and, God forbid, other people get hurt. Because really, when we go the wrong way, we're going to mess it up for our kids. We're going to mess it up for their grandkids. We're going to mess it up for our legacy, unless there's somebody like you and me who decides that they're going to make the change, that they will be the change for their generation. But let's not wait for that. Let's go ahead and do it today. So guys, I appreciate you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Life podcast. If you got value from this program today, please comment, please share, please let somebody else know about this Account for Your Life podcast that we're streaming here on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on the podcast platforms. We are hosted on Spotify, and so you can also watch us on Google and on iTunes. So please subscribe. Let us know what you think about this podcast. Let us know what you've gotten from it. Guys, I appreciate you, love you, and we'll see you back here on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.